Good.
Yes, I mean this is like episode 3, episode 4 so far.
I don't think that's true. It's been very eventful.
You like it?
The first one had Kenya and Sheree going at it, and this one we have Cynthia and Portia fucking attacks her. That's some TV.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. But it didn't happen until the very end. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's because they want to keep you watching.
It was mainly just much of a filler episode.
All right, whatever.
But so pretty much you have first it starts off. I'm not going in order because I'm not going in order. So if I'm not going in order, excuse me. But I know there was a scene with Portia where they had gone, her and Phaedra had gone to like this sex shop or some lingerie store or something like that. And, she purchased some, lingerie that she was going to wear for that guy that she's dating. I forgot his name. And she, she puts all of it on. Gets home and was going to Skype with him, and he was like, well, I'm busy, I'm training, I'm in meetings and stuff like that. So then
they had a prearranged appointment.
Right. And I guess he wasn't making because he was in meetings and stuff like that. Yeah. So then Portia gets upset and calls Phaedra, and Phaedra's like, well, maybe the fire is gone, and that type of thing. And I'm
2 months later.
Exactly. And I'm just thinking to myself, everyone keeps saying, why is Portia just like diving in so fast? Like, why is she going head over heels for this guy that she is still somewhat trying to get to know?
She's thirsty. She's thirsty for that connection and that love.
She's a thought.
We know that already.
She said it herself. She said she was Queen of Thoughtlandia. So
yes. But I think I particularly do. I'm not particularly like her. I don't like her that much at all, actually. But I mean, to be fair, she came off that marriage or whatever with Cordell, and he didn't seem to be the most supportive guy or whatever, and kind of controlled her and everything else. And so now I think this guy, she's like, this guy's a real man, and this man, and blah, blah, blah. She's like all over this guy because he's kind of represents what she wanted in her ex. Anyway, I'm speaking from a psychological perspective, I guess, but I think that's where it's coming from. And that's why she's so desperate. She really wants to find that kind of thing, a connection again. But the thing is, she's going way too soon about it. She's going to run the guy off, which she has. They're broken up now. You know that, right?
Oh yeah. I know.
So that's
they already had a report out about it.
And then what else happened on the show?
So Kenya walks down the street to Sheree's house. First of all, I was like, why? But to each their own. And when Kenya gets to Sheree's house, Sheree's at her house sweeping the thing.
The
now, here's the thing. No one ever said this up until this point. I'm thinking to myself, now you're at the front of the house. She was sweeping the front doors of her house or the porch or whatever. How do you have that big ass fucking house and you don't have any steps?
They haven't done the landscaping yet.
But I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I mean, you're
right.
And
plus, I'm thinking to myself, why? Well, we know why, but we know she's financing this shit because she doesn't have any good credit, allegedly. But it's just one of those things. I'm like, girl, you've been building this house for 3 fucking years. Let me tell you something. My parents bought some land, built a house. They had that house built from the ground up in 4.5 months. Okay.
So what?
It's taking this bitch 3.5 years.
So what? She doesn't have the money to do it all at once, so she's doing it. And that's what I've done.
But, okay, well,
in installments.
But if it's going to take you 3.5 years to buy a house, first of all, you don't need to be in a house that fucking big. It's going to take you 3 years to build it. Unless you have a house like Bill Gates. It should not take you 3 years. They build houses.
That's not true. I do this for a living, and that is not true. It is not true.
They have houses that size in Highland Park, and they have those bitches up in 6 months. They have them bitches up so fast, I'd be scared to walk in there.
I'm trying to tell you that this is not completely true. Her house supposedly her house is like 15,000 square feet. A 15,000 square foot house is going to take probably at least a year to build to that extent. And so it's taken far too long to build it. I agree with that. But I'm saying that to say it should be built in 3 months or something is ridiculous. That house is fucking huge. So that's not true. And she's paying for it in installments, as Christian said. If that's the case, so what? Let the bitch pay for it in installments. That's what I've done with my house. My house I've been working on my house for 2 years, and I've been doing all the inside, and I'm doing the outside now. So I'm working on it that way because I'm not going to go out and get a loan for what I need to get for it. So I'm not going to do that.
But
so
her
my point
situation is different, though. It's like because the thing is, Iyanla said it best. I don't know if you watched the episode with Iyanla and Sheree. Iyanla was like, "Why are you building this big ass house? You building this big ass fucking house, and you ask your ex-husband for child support."
Yep. Well, Iyanla was totally right about her.
That was a good one.
She was totally right about her. But
well, she was right. I was like, why would you build that big of a fucking house? But you claim and you steady hollering and claiming that you're broke and you don't have any money,
right?
And you want to get child support from your ex-husband, but yeah, you building this big ass house, driving this fancy ass car. You walking around with Hermes and Louis Vuittons and shit like that. But yeah, you asking for child support.
I don't know. This is like, I have a thing about money, though. That's the thing. I think people's money is their own money, and they can do what the fuck they want with. But they have it or they don't have it. So if she wants to spend her child support on her fucking house, she can do it because that's the way it is. If she wants to spend money she doesn't have and go into Hawk or goes, apparently she's been stealing and returning things in Neiman Marcus and things like that too. If she wants to go do that, let the bitch do it because that's the kind of character the bitch has. But I don't think it's right for you or me to anybody else to say, look, it's taking you too long to build your fucking house. Get your fucking house done. I think if the bitch wants to take 10 years to build her house, she can take 10 years to build her house. She's building the house. She's paying for it. Let the bitch do what she wants. That's what I think.
Well, the neighbors are already complaining, saying that.
That's what Kenya said. And Kenya's a fucking lying bitch anyway, because Kenya said to Sheree, oh, the neighbors complain. She's like, which neighbors and whatever. She said, well, apparently you got a fine. She said, I got one fine, and that was for drainage. It's the only fine I've ever gotten. So Kenya exaggerates things. And so just because somebody says something doesn't make it true.
Honestly, just from what I've seen on TV, it looks like an eyesore. That's just my opinion.
I think her house is ugly. I do think that house is hideous.
I know it is. It's hideous. It's ugly. That's a horrible color on that house. I don't know why you want to get that color.
I don't know if it's done, though. Is the exterior... I'm not sure they finished painting the exterior yet. I think it's... If they have, that's really ugly, but I don't think they finished painting.
And the inside isn't even done. They were just saying on the show that girl, let's move on. I mean, they were just talking about how she didn't have a kitchen yet and stuff. I was like, so wait, so all this time you just been working on the outside of the house?
Do you know how much it costs to build a house like that? Do you have any idea?
No, because I don't have that kind of money.
Okay. I know because I deal with this shit all the time. And that house, I mean, Atlanta, I don't know what her land cost or whatever else, but that house probably cost her close to $1 million to build. So I don't know where she got the money. I don't know how she's paying for it. But what I'm trying to say is if she ends up building that house...
if I was a judge presiding in her child support case,
yeah,
and you're building a $1 million house, and you have the audacity to step into my courtroom and ask for child support from your ex-husband,
it's back child support.
Bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of here.
It is back child support. He owed her that already, and he never paid it. She even talked about that on the show. That's what she's after. It's not child support he owes her now. It's child support he never paid. So she's owed that money.
Well, she's delusional.
Donovan, you are a huge Sheree fan.
I hate that bitch.
You are in here
I hate Sheree.
For her.
No, I hate her. I cannot stand that bitch. I think she's a fake ass bitch. I don't like her. No, what I'm defending is I don't like people telling people what to do with their money. I hate that.
Well, no, I'm not telling her what to do with her money. Only thing I'm saying is that it's just taking her a very long time for her to build this house. Now, in reality,
y'all so damn petty.
I'm just saying.
I'm just being a bitch. I'm just being a bitch, man. I'm just being a bitch.
I say don't live beyond your means.
Well, yeah,
exactly.
That too. Again, whatever she wants.
But nobody knows what her means are. You don't know
neither does she, obviously.
I mean, you don't know that. We don't know what. That's what I'm saying. Look, okay. How do I say this? Don't get.
But we got 4 minutes left, so go.
Bitch,
ahead.
we got as long as I say we got. Don't get into other people's business when it comes to money. People are funny about money, and whether you have it or you don't have it. Most people who have it don't go around saying, I got all this money, blah, blah, blah. Most people who have it just let things be. But people like Sheree, who need to build this massive ass house that they don't need, which I agree with you. And people like Sheree need to drive whatever she has, a Mercedes or whatever kind of car it is, or Bentley, whatever. People like Sheree need to go to Neiman Marcus and return shit that they can't afford. They are all about appearances and all that shit. And so if she wants to be that kind of person, let her be that bitch. But we all know the real deal. But you don't need to go around saying, oh, the bitch don't have any money. The bitch don't, just like Kenya's doing. I just find it to be tacky because I think people like Kenya are tacky. And when she came to that party on the first episode, and Kenya just right out of the gate attacks her. When's your house gonna be done, bitch? You know, that kind of shit.
Well, yeah, Kenya was wrong for that. I will say.
And so I'm just saying, I think money is a personal thing, just like sex or just like anything else. And I think that it's no one else's business how much money she has or doesn't have, as long as she pays her bills, which she may not be doing. As long as she pays her bills. That's all that matters. So it doesn't matter how long it takes her to build her fucking house. Let her have her fucking house, even if it is fucking ugly. It doesn't matter. I mean, okay. I don't know.
She said she wanted to be in her house by Christmas, but the way it was looking, I'm just saying. But
yeah, I did like Kenya's house though. Kenya's house is going to be nice. I mean, you said it looked like crap, but I can see the vision.
Initially, it looked like crap, but I feel like when by the time it's done, Kenya's going to have her house looking really, really nice.
The vision. I can see the vision she has for it, and it's going to be really modern. It's going to be fantastic. I love it. Before we go, real quick, what else happened on the show? So there's that, and then there was Kim Fields. What about Kim Fields and her whole thing about I don't have any friends?
She's, I really like Kim Fields, but she's incredibly boring on the show. I just feel like, and the reason I say she's incredibly boring because I just feel like that she's not cut to do this type of show.
She's too normal.
Exactly. It's just like
she's too normal, and that's
she's too normal.
That's a good thing, but not when you're on a reality show.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And the whole thing at the end, fast forward to the end, Portia and Cynthia got into it, and because supposedly Portia called Cynthia a bitch, even though Candy said we've been calling bitches all evening on this boat.
Right.
So, and all of a sudden, I guess Portia said it the wrong kind of said the bitch, like I guess she called her bitch instead.
I was on Portia's side
or something. I don't know.
I was on Portia's side that time, and I don't even like Portia. I like what's her face, Cynthia, but I don't like Portia, and I was actually on her side because she didn't say it in the way like she meant it. She was being like, "Hey, bitch," that kind of thing.
Exactly, and then all of a sudden they just took and Candy and Kim were like, "Y'all, we've been calling each other bitches all evening, so why are you getting upset now?" And then it,
escalated.
Escalated, and we'll have to see what happens. And I want, is that the same scene where they were talking about earlier during taping where Portia got kicked in the stomach? I'm thinking that's what it is.
Portia got kicked in the yes, and she was on the ground or whatever. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's why I don't agree with her. Portia has a problem. She attacked Kenya at the reunion, and now she's going to attack Cynthia. I mean, she's got an issue. She needs to fucking.
She's just trying to stay on the damn show.
That's not the way to do it. She almost got kicked off the first time for doing it.
Well, no, it's not the way to do it, but
whatever.
I think they need to bring back my girl from last season. What's her name?
Claudia?
What's her name? Yeah.
Oh,
she was boring too. I don't like her.
I like Claudia because she was real.
I like Claudia.
I mean, she was okay, but I just feel like she didn't bring anything to the show.
I think you need a little bit of balance.
Is Kim Fields bringing anything to the show?
No.
Sound like
you know how I feel like we'll bring something to the show, and she's never been a housewife. Marlo. I feel like she'll make a good housewife.
She was on there before, and she brought a lot of drama.
She's never been a housewife.
I mean, she's never been a housewife. She's
only been a friend.
Right. But I thought that this season they were testing her out because that's why they're bringing her back on the show to see because sometimes they bring somebody on the season before to test them out and see how they test.
And also in the following season they'd be like, "Oh, Marlo's a new housewife."
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway,
she's another one where people will always be speculating her money and stuff.
Oh, Marlo. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Marlo. Well, we know where Marlo gets her money. We think anyway.
She said God.
Mm-hmm. A guy named God, probably.
Credit card scam.
Oh my! Really? Seriously? Oh my God!
And the last thing, I'm just trying to squeeze this in.
Yeah, sure.
Black Friday.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to do a little quick rant, and then I know we got to go. Years ago, I used to think Black Friday was just like the day to go out and get shopping, and you go get all these fantastic deals, which is still true for some things like TVs and stuff like that.
Right.
But now as I get older, I feel like Black Friday is just a reason for people to show their ass and act a fucking fool at the stores. Because there's a story circulating of a woman and a child. They were at a Walmart. Go figure. It's always Walmart. It's never Best Buy. It's never, it's never, Whole Foods. It's never Macy's. It's always fucking Walmart. But anyway, they're going in for the Black Friday sale, and they're going for the steamer or whatever. The lady grabs a steamer, the child grabs a steamer. There's a woman who grabs a steamer out the child's hand, and then the woman gets upset and tries to go in the chokehold. And then with I'm just gonna be honest.
She's white.
The woman was white, and then she just went into the total white woman in distress yell. And, because the woman...
Why are you attacking me?
Yeah, she said, "White, stop it! You're scaring me." I said, "White woman in distress." That's all that is. She get it. She let out the universal white woman in distress yell. So, but I'm thinking to myself, y'all are fighting over 25